Trying to get you guys in the stand. There we go. Ooh, don't want that. How do I get rid of the green screen? Ah, okay. Hey guys, I have a green screen and I'm trying to get rid of it. I don't know how to do it. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. There we go. Hey guys. Sorry I didn't have a video. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't have a video out for you. My phone went bonkers and I had to go get a new battery for it. It was expanding and I took it into the store to Batteries Plus and the guy goes, oh yeah, your phone's about ready to go kaboom. So I didn't dare do any filming on it. I was scared. Hey guys. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of questions about my family in California. Everybody's safe. Everybody's good. Thank you for asking. Hola, hola. Everybody's good. I don't know. Ernie doesn't have any family in that area either. You don't have any family near the fires, right?
No, everybody is east or, not east, but I guess north.
No, okay. Yeah, Ernie has a lot of family in LA, but nobody's near where the fire is. It's horrible what's happening there. But anyways, my phone, hey guys. It was so cold this morning. I actually went for my walk in the freezing cold. I wore Uggs, probably not the best walking material for your feet, but I got my walk in and that's what matters. Yes, everybody's safe. Everybody's safe. Thank you guys. Hey, chat is going so fast. Is everything good? Let me know. I have my phone plugged in because I'm charging it. Like I just mentioned, my phone started swelling up. So it was separated on the side. First, what happened was I was losing clips. So recipes I was doing, cleaning, I was losing clips. And I was like, where did the clips go? And it turns out my phone was starting to like not do what it was supposed to do. And then it started to swell. So the back and the front started coming apart. And I was like, what the heck? So Ernie came and picked me up and we went to a place called You Break It, I Fix It. And he couldn't get a battery in and he said, try the Battery Plus store up the road. We went there and they were able, yesterday, and they were able to get me one today. But I walked in and the guy goes, oh yeah, that's about ready to go kaboom. And I was like, oh my gosh, because your phones can explode. So the reason why is I've been leaving my phone plugged in overnight. And that is no bueno for your battery. So, and you're supposed to let it get all the way down to 10% before you start to charge it again. And then charge it to 100% and unplug it. So, thank you, Sheila. You guys are so sweet. Oh, good. And I wanted to film today's dinner because it was going to be like although my recipe videos don't do really well, I have another channel, and I started that channel when I was in California in San Jose, and it's called My Scale-Free Life. So I think I'm going to start uploading my recipes to that channel because my recipe videos do not do well unless I incorporate them in a cleaning video. So if I just do a recipe, it doesn't do well. So it's kind of a bummer because a lot of work and effort goes into the filming of it and then the editing of it and all the back office stuff and everything. And then when it just kind of plops, it just kind of it's a bummer. So I hate when that happens. You guys are also awesome though. But anyways, today's dinner was just with what I had because I had no phone. Ernie brought it home with him. And so I couldn't order Instacart. I had no way of contacting him to say, can you stop and grab A, B, C, or D? So I had a 2-pound package of hamburger or turkey meat in the freezer. I defrosted that and I used half of it and I just threw in some ketchup, some mustard, some cinnamon, some paprika, some brown sugar, what else? Like garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper. I don't think I should have used pepper, but it didn't matter. They were delicious. Oh, and I browned onion before I put the turkey meat in there. And I added, did I say ketchup? Yeah, a little bit of water, and I made sloppy joes out of that because I had some leftover buns. And then I had a whole head of cauliflower, so I just cut that up. I threw that in a bag with some olive oil and garlic powder and garlic, just seasoned it all up and threw that in the oven. Delicious. Simple meal out of what I had, and it was so good. Hey. Anyway, so I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna, oh my God, Phil, I have to, yes, Phil, we're repenting. We're gonna hide you. There we go. I love doing these lives. You get people on here that are, okay, so family's safe. Didn't get to film today, so I have no videos filmed, but the cool thing is with filming on your phone and having editing equipment on, or I call it equipment, but software, I guess, on my phone is I can edit as I go and I can upload a video pretty quickly to YouTube. So, but getting text. All my texts are coming through from yesterday, from the family. So, so much is happening on my phone right now. But anyways, so I haven't got a video film for you guys. I apologize for that, but I will try and upload tomorrow at my usual time at 4 p.m. But I wanted to come on here and say, sorry for no video today. I got you guys used to 4 p.m. downloads every day, and there was nothing I could do about it. I have a laptop and considered bringing that. The problem with that, and then bringing my camera so that I could, film and upload and I didn't have to use my phone. But the problem with my laptop is the storage on it. So if I get a lot of clips in a video, it's not promised. So I don't know. I can't always edit a video and get it up to you guys. I feel like computers and phones are just like everything else these days. They're made to have to be replaced annually or every other year. It's ridiculous, and they're so expensive. So when I got that laptop, which mind you has been a while, it's been a few years, I just feel like it should work until it breaks. You know what I mean? And it just doesn't do what I need it to do. So it's kind of a bummer. But dinner was good today, and we're just living life here in Florida. Ernie asked me today if I wanted to go home because I'm getting cabin fever. I will tell you I'm getting cabin fever. But I'm not ready to go to that cold. We're getting a snowstorm starting tonight, sometime in the middle of the night back home. And it's like 5 or 6 inches of snow we're getting, and I mean, everything's shutting down. It's a whole thing. So we had originally planned, we talked about going home this weekend, so that's not happening. But I think we are going to maybe our anniversary is on the 23rd, and so I think the day before, maybe on the 22nd, we're going to drive home so we could be in town. And I'm kind of bummed because I really wanted to see what the country house looked like when it was snowing, so I guess I have to wait for next year. So I'm kind of bummed about that. But yeah, I'm getting cabin fever here for sure. There's only so much you can do in a small space. And it gets boring. especially without your phone. And there's only so much cleaning I can do. I'm not gonna spend any more money here. Maybe, I don't know. I have some ideas for the bedroom and I'm having a hard time. It's like, well, if we're gonna be here for another year at minimum, I might as well get that bedroom looking decent. So today I was bored and I got some, I was playing with the curtains. You know, I was thinking about sewing them temporarily, like doing a temporary stitch on them. And I ended up so I safety pinned them up to get them to the right length, and that took a while because I left them hanging while I was doing it. And so I was contemplating switching those out with the right size. You know, my mind, that's the problem with boredom. The problem with boredom is the brain spins, and I get all these ideas, and not that they're wasted here, because they're not, because we're here, right? I mean, I'm here all day, and it has to be comfortable, and it is a home to us, and but I think future, I think future, like, will I be able to utilize this later? As far as furniture goes, we already talked about this when when Ernie moved to this apartment, that when he's done working, whenever that is, you know, we're going to keep all this furniture while he works, obviously, but when he decides to retire one day, we're going to sell everything. We're not going to try taking it back with us to, you know, our home state. We will just sell everything wherever we end up, wherever that is, when he does decide to retire one day. So I'm not really concerned with, I definitely don't need to buy any new furniture, but I'm not super concerned with, you know, we're just not going to waste the money on shipping anything back home. The only thing that I'll have a really hard time parting with is that little dresser, that hand-painted dresser that we moved into the entryway that I put my fresh flower arrangement on. I've had that for so many years. I can't even tell you how many years I've had it. It's not an expensive piece of furniture. It's inexpensive, actually. Poorly made. It's beautiful, though. I wouldn't consider that like an heirloom piece or anything. I've taken great care of it, but I got it at Home Goods years ago when we were in San Diego. Were we in San? No, we had just moved to Temecula from San Diego. So that's been many years I've had that piece of furniture, and I've taken it with us everywhere and used it in different homes and different places. And I finally decided to leave it here with Ernie when we were in the apartment and we moved to Tennessee, rather than taking that piece with us to Tennessee. I said, well, that would be a great piece in any apartment, wherever you work, because it acted as a dresser for him, but now I'm using it as an entryway table. I did have it back there as a side table, but it works great. So, sorry guys. Let's see, where's it? To tour, I wouldn't know where the best place. Thank you, Lisa. Sorry guys, the chat's coming in a little bit at a time, and then it's going really fast, and I don't know how to slow it down, and I'm afraid to touch anything. I wouldn't know where the best place to tour is. And Gainesville is like in the center of Florida, so we're like, I think 3 hours from the Gulf Coast, and we're like an hour and a half from the Atlantic, I think. And so, well, I do know the Atlantic for sure. We're only like an hour and a half, somewhere around there. It's really quick to get to St. Augustine. We've never been to the Gulf, but I mean, there's so much with Florida. The topography here is so vast, as far as palm trees and beaches to jungle type wooded areas. And I would say visit a place that had both of those things. I mean, we're fortunate enough to where we're close enough to the Atlantic. We got to see that we haven't seen. Oh, and then we went to Clearwater, Florida, which was amazing, and Anna Maria Island and all of that, just beautiful. But for me, my favorite part, and it's probably because I was born and raised in San Diego, so the beaches they're great, don't get me wrong, obviously, who would deny that? But for me, if I was going to Florida, I would want to do the Florida things, like I'd want to see the wooded, jungly type things. I want to go on what are those boats called? the gliding boats in the Everglades or whatever. Is that what it is? I want to do that. And I haven't seen an alligator yet. Ernie has at the job site. There was a nice big gigantic one. He sent me a picture. But I haven't seen one yet. I don't want to see one in captivity. I want to see one in its element. So, and I'm not saying I want to go up and pet it or anything. I know they're dangerous. I just want to see one, and I don't know that Gainesville, and well, they obviously have them because Ernie saw one at his job site. So, an airboat, yeah. So I would think that if it were me and you really want to see the real Florida, it's not really just the beaches. It's more of like that trail I took you guys on, that walking trail. It's amazing when you're in that. And I kind of relate that to, we were so fortunate years ago when we went to Hawaii. My niece's husband's cousin lives in Hawaii, and he married a local girl, and so they live in Kona, and that's where we went. And we got to tour Kona for $0, but we got to see things that you would have to pay so much, hundreds of dollars to see. Things that probably tourists don't even know exist. Just amazing things that we got to see. And I kind of relate that experience. And that's nothing. What we did was nothing. I mean, it's here in the city of Gainesville. I'm sure there's so many more places, beautiful places like that you could go see. That are even more beautiful and stunning. But I relate that to, they took us to the bottom of the jungle floor, and she had got up at like 4 a.m. to cook chicken and rice for us, and it was so good. And the experience of that was, we were like on this river that led out to the ocean at some point. You couldn't see the ocean from where we were, but it was just lined with the jungle. And the water was only ankle deep, and it was clear and beautiful. And it was just so tropical, so much so that I teared up. Like, it was so beautiful, I teared up. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that, where you just see God's beauty and you're just like, whoa, like it's just intense. That's what it was. And then I'm telling him the story about when we went to Hawaii, when Jesse's cousin and his wife took us to that river, and it was just so like amazing.
Waipio Valley.
Waipio?
Waipio Valley.
Waipio Valley, Ernie says it's called. I don't remember names like that, but we, if you've ever been to Hawaii, you know what I'm talking about. It was so amazing. And that's kind of the feeling that I got when I walked and I made that turn, because you guys got to see that for the first time with me. I was more concentrated on that sign, because anytime you go into those kind of nature walks or parks, they always have like what to watch out for and all that kind of stuff. So my first thing was, are we going to see gators? No, it was snakes and other critters. But there are pictures. I'm sure people have seen a gator or two there, but I don't know. We didn't see any. I don't know what to look for as far as evidence goes if there's gators, but I wasn't afraid at all. Like, I thought that's what I was doing. And then I looked to the left and I was like, whoa, it was breathtaking. Like, breathtaking, because I've seen Florida on videos, I've seen stuff like that before, but to see it in real life is it's amazing. And you're surrounded by the city. That's the most amazing part, you know, and that's what I love about Florida is it's kind of like Tennessee has the woods, right? The wooded areas all around. The same thing goes for Florida, and it's just tropical and beautiful. So, yeah. Hey, Kathy. Oh my God. Yeah. We have to. I should add you as a moderator, Ernie, so I could hide all these freaks.
Sweetwater Preserve here in Gainesville it's a big preserve and there's gators in there.
I think one of my subscribers commented on that video that maybe that particular reserve.
Yeah, it's called Sweetwater.
Yeah. So maybe we'll go do that this weekend. I know, Lisa, it's horrible. It's same story every year. It's horrible. That California this year is like Maui 2.0. It's Maui all over again. It's horrible. Ooh, I don't like that. Well, that's just like in Temecula, there was a man walking his chihuahuas and on the trails around our houses, and the coyotes were so bad there. Coyotes got a hold of his dogs and ripped him right off of the leashes. So you got to be really careful anywhere you go. There's predators, right? You read, Ernie, and tell me who I need to. I'm hiding users. Sorry, guys. I'm getting rid of all the. Yep, Francine, it's Lahaina all over again. It's horrible. Oh, that's so good to hear. Queen Asa says, I'm in San Bernardino, Cali. No winds here, thank God. That's awesome. They said that they were supposed to die down today around 6. So that's awesome. But the thing is with the fire is that it wasn't just the Santa Ana winds, which is odd for January. I'm born and raised in San Diego. For me, it's very weird that there was Santa Ana winds at all in January. But then the fire just took on a life of its own and created its own firestorm. It's horrible. Horrible what happened. And I just saw, have you seen that? The aerial view? It's Hawaii all over again. The aerial view, it's devastating. Like, you could see the neighborhoods. I'm explaining to Ernie, the neighborhoods with the roads. You could see that it was just gone. Like, it looks like a war zone. It's horrible. Hey, Linda. Yeah, it is weird. It's weird. I've never experienced. I was telling Ernie, I said we've never had Santa Ana winds, in Santa Ana's in January. That's just weird. I don't know. Maybe like October, November, but never January. Yeah, like a total war zone. It's so horrible what's happening there. The news is making me mad though, because they keep saying, oh, this movie star lost their home and this movie star lost their home. Who cares about the movie stars? I mean, they've got money to rebuild. How about normal people like you and me? You know, that the insurance companies dropped them from their insurance 4 months ago, all of a sudden. Weird. How about those people that don't have the money to rebuild and they don't have insurance? I hate the media. They're annoying. Oh my gosh, Linda, you can see it all the way in Oceanside, the smoke. It's terrible.
You're
creepy. That was creepy.
I'm a little sneaky.
That was creepy. Weirdo. Ernie's being creepy. I think he just wants all the weirdos to know that there's a man here. You can hand me a water when you get a chance, babe. Yep, regular working people. Yeah, but the fish are safe, Deborah. The smelt are safe. Everybody, in case you were worried, the smelt are safe. I cannot. And people ask me, why'd you leave California? We won't get into that, though. That's not what this channel's about. But we're right here. We're right here. Y'all know me. We're right here. Nope, they don't have homeowners insurance because they were dropped 4 months ago. Yeah, it's wild how that happens. Same thing with Maui, same exact thing. It's interesting to say the least. And well, that's all I'm going to say about that. You guys are right there with me. So, anyways, so Ernie, I was thinking about painting the nightstands.
What nightstands?
The ones in the bedroom.
Oh.
What other nightstands? And the lamps. You guys should have seen him. And then we need to think about artwork above the bed. It sounds like a weekend project to me. And when are we going home? How many days?
You tell me.
I tell you?
Yeah.
I thought you said Wednesday. Not this next Wednesday, right?
I asked if you wanted to go back home this week. Come in.
No, I don't want to go home this weekend because it's too cold. Mm-mm. I feel like my house misses me though. They're saying hi, Kathy. Saying hi.
Hello.
Save the smell passing. Yes, they do. They're very smart. It's amazing how smart that wildlife can be. But no, we need humans to control them. I mean, you know, we do need human interaction with saving the life of some animals. I will agree to that, but not the smelt. I don't even, what's the smelt, Ernie? What is the smelt? Look it up. What is it good
It's
for?
a stupid little fish.
What's it good for?
Nothing.
I want to know what it's good. Why are we saving the smelt? Does it add something to our lives? Is it protein? Is it what is it? I don't understand what's so important about. They're like the size of your finger.
All it is just it's an endangered species.
Thank you, Lupe. It's an endangered species, but why though? Bait.
It's because I guess it's only in California. I don't know.
Really?
They don't do nothing.
Okay. Oh no, I wouldn't be able to sand them. I wish. I mentioned on my channel, Ernie, how remember the color? Do you remember the color before I painted them gold? The lamps in there.
Yeah.
What color were they?
Kind of like a robin's egg blue kind of.
Yeah, they were like kind of a slate blue, but they were like they were very beachy. They were very beachy. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer that I painted them, but if I sanded the paint off, it would just sand off that too. So I don't know. I could easily get the look back, very easy, by doing a dry brush over like a really pretty sky blue color. I could easily get the color back. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, God. I've had to hide 4 people from this channel because there's freaks in the world. Yeah, the environmentalists in California are cuckoo. I mean cuckoo. It's interesting. Little tiny frogs. Is it frogs? Little tiny, it's amazing what they protect over human life, or what they put above human life. It's amazing. Oh my gosh. Nope. No, I don't. No. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to. There we go. Sickos.
So basically,
They do, Prancer. Totally. Hey, Jennifer. Huh, babe?
it's just like a sardine. It doesn't, people, they don't recommend to eat them. Some people do, but it's not like, you know.
Well, it's kind of like those. What were the ones that would come out after midnight once a year? Grunions.
Yeah.
Grunions. Those are cool to see. If you've never seen the Grunion runs, those are really cool. Yes, we should be. Hey, Pamela. The Grunions, they're little tiny fish too. And once a year in San Diego, you could go out. It's usually after midnight or very late at night, very early in the morning. And they wash up to lay their eggs. And then and there's so many, there's millions of them. And we would just go see, once you've seen it, it's like you want to see it all the time. There would be people there collecting them in buckets because they ate them. I don't know. It's like a sardine, I guess. I don't know. So really quick, since I have this right here, I wanted to show you guys. A lot of people ask me about my magnesium that I take. This is the one that I take. 400 milligrams, extra strength. I take it one every night, and it says that right on, and it works. It works. Between that and my mouthpiece, I get a good night's sleep. Yes, everybody's good, Pam. Thank you for asking. To everybody that's asked, I haven't been active because my phone was not active. My phone decided it just didn't want to play anymore. And, oh, you're so sweet. And so I couldn't film and I couldn't be on social media. It was terrible. It was a lonely day. It was a very lonely day. Yeah, it's a good one. This one's a good one, Nature Made. I don't know, it works for me, but I did see a video that said, where some people commented that it didn't work for them. And then I read that if you take vitamin D with it, it helps your body. Vitamin D will help your body absorb the magnesium better. So, I don't know, take the recommended dose, but there was a woman who said take 3 vitamin D with 1 magnesium, and I don't know. I hate when people do this. This is what I take, and then they go like that. It's like, wait, I'm trying to screenshot it. So I don't even know, like, the vitamin D, they didn't say, like, how many milligrams, or they, like, D1, like, there's so many different vitamin Ds. They didn't say which vitamin D. They just said vitamin D. So if you try this and it doesn't work, that's what I read. I'm really trying hard this year. You know, it's funny. It just kind of fell in line with, I was telling Ernie, when I lived in San Diego, when I lived in California, in San Diego especially, I was so much more health conscious, and I just took better care of myself and everything. And that kind of like hit me when we got to Florida, and I think it's because of the warm weather, the sunshine, vitamin D. It's really good for you. The sunshine and all of that has just given me like this new craving for just wanting to do better for myself. So I've been doing good. I'm on week 2 of walking every day, and I started working out a couple days ago. I had to miss a day because of my phone. Just like little short 14-minute workouts, and just eating really good and drinking my water, of course, lots of H2O, and it just feels really good. So I did sugar crash for sure, because I was like wanting to fall asleep, which is not normal for me, but it's definitely was a sugar crash because I'm eating cleaner. So that kind of happened, but feels so good, because when I first started walking, when I would try and walk before, my excuse was my hips hurt. my ankle hurts, my knees hurt. Well, those things hurt because I'm carrying all this extra weight, and didn't want to be honest with myself about that. So I just pushed through it, and now I'm more agile. Like I'm just, it's easy. This morning it was free. It's been freezing here in the morning, like freezing. Sorry, Gainesville, for bringing the cold weather with me. But I had to I wore my coat. I brought my winter coat with me and my Uggs, and I wish I would have had gloves and a beanie because I could have used it this morning, but I did not let the cold stop me from going out and doing my walk. It felt so good. Let's see. When you ask dumb questions, you get blocked. Or when you're just an idiot, you get blocked. You clap, I clap back. Anyway, so it's been really good. And so I kind of don't want to go home because it takes a while to form a habit. But I did walk this morning, even though it was cold. And typically at home, I'd be like, oh, it's too cold. I don't want to go walking. But I forced myself today, and it felt so good when I got home. So trying to retrain my brain to remember how good the ending feels after doing something like that for myself. And then at the end of a day of eating clean and making really good choices, how good I feel on that day. Like, we went to Cheesecake Factory for lunch after our walk the other day. I couldn't film it for you guys. I wanted to show you guys what I ordered and everything, but my phone died because it wasn't holding a charge either. So, a matter of fact, I have to make sure to unplug it when it's at 100%. It's at 90 right now. But anyway, so sorry guys. I wish I had my computer to do this, but anyway, so what did I have there? Now I have to remember what I ate there. I had their turkey burger. So years ago, when we were still in San Diego at Fashion Valley Cheesecake Factory, Ernie ordered a turkey burger, and it was so good. And I've never ordered one from there because I was like, I must have been really hungry, or, because I had never had a turkey burger that tasted that good. It was so good because I mentioned in my video that if you don't like turkey, if you've had a turkey burger and you didn't like it, it's most likely because it was given to you bland and colorless. And you guys know me, when I cook, I love to add as much flavor as possible in all the different levels of my food. And so I was always thinking, how could I get a lot of flavor into a turkey, which not only, all the spices and all of that kind of stuff, the cocoa aminos or soy sauce, what have you, but the caramelization, I cannot stress that enough. When you caramelize anything, it just adds flavor. So caramelizing the actual burger on both sides just takes it to a whole different level. And then, of course, the caramelized onions, you can't have a burger without those as far as I'm concerned. But I'm not using Golo anymore. You can always walk around the house. So because I'm here in the apartment, and after I've done my walk, I go out and I just walk around. I do laps around the parking lot. I just get out and walk, or walk around the building. I just get up and I walk just to keep my bones moving, because it's like at home, I can go upstairs and I can clean, I can organize, I can do all kinds of, I have a big house there, so I have, things to do. Here, once I'm done, until the next day. And then even then, I could have 2 days worth of no activity. So what I do is I won't do the laundry until I have several loads. So that keeps me busy. I put things off so that I have things to do. It's wild. Hey, thank you. I love to cook. I do. I really do love to cook. I like to be creative in the kitchen. And I like to challenge myself in the kitchen too, especially with dishes There's not a whole lot in the South that like Southern food that like I'm not a macaroni and cheese girl. I love sweet potatoes, so sweet potato anything. I'm not a mac and cheese girl. Biscuits, I don't know if it's like I make a mean sausage gravy and biscuits, but I don't make my biscuits from scratch because uh, there's a lot of heavy food in the South. It's good. Don't get me wrong. What I've had is good, but there's a lot of emphasis, I feel like, on a lot of like the heavy, fatty foods. But if you eat in a true Southern kitchen, and this is just my opinion because we go to the Bell Buckle Cafe, and I feel like that's true Southern cooking there. And I've also been to a place in Georgia. My sister and brother-in-law took me to a place in Georgia. It was amazing. And I feel like not enough emphasis is put on those types of foods where they're not super like bad for you if you eat them all the time. What are some of the examples? Like the beans, the way they make their beans when it's just like in the broth with like, I guess a ham hock or I've seen them with, I'm assuming bacon or maybe ham in them. I don't know how they make them. But like those are full of protein and great for you. But I feel like when you're in the South, it's really emphasized like to smother things and load things up with butter and all that kind of stuff, where I just feel like that's not true Southern cooking. I mean, some of it is, but not all of it. For instance, my mother-in-law, she cooks Mexican food every single day in her kitchen, every day Mexican food. It's not Taco Bell or a taco shop. She doesn't make fried tacos and taquitos and all that kind of stuff every day. If you saw what my mother-in-law made on a weekly basis, like every day in her kitchen, you would be like, wow, that's not bad for you at all. Like she makes like sopa de arroz, so the rice, right? Mexican rice is good. The way she makes her beans, she doesn't refry them in lard or oil. She mashes them in their own juices. Well, she puts a little bit of oil. I'm sorry. She does put a little bit of oil in there. The soups that she makes, the good soups that you can eat, are good for you, but not everything is like deep fried or like her vegetarian torta, that she makes. It's just cheese and veggies and then the torta bread and mayonnaise and avocado, like that's all it is, and tomatoes, onions, and jalapenos. That's it. It's not like full of cheese and I feel like they emphasize here in the South, or places assume when you go to the South that's all you're going to get are like biscuits and gravy and mac and cheese and all that kind of stuff, which is, yeah, you're going to get that, and but I feel like the true Southern food is not as horrible as some of those restaurants or places make it out. You know what I mean? Does that make any sense? Am I off sugar totally? No, because I added a tablespoon of brown sugar to my, did I say that? I didn't do a cooking video, but to my sloppy Joe mix. No, I'm not one of those people who likes to limit myself or label myself as anything. I just like to do what I want to do on a daily basis. I don't like to, I'll always share with you guys what I'm doing. I am really hoping to lose. I'd like to lose at least 100 pounds. I mean, to be honest with you. I'm saying that, but I don't get on the scale. I'm guessing my weight. I don't have no idea how much I weigh. I'm going by pant size. That's it. That's all I'm doing. But I'm guessing that's the amount of weight I'm going to lose. I will never step on a scale, ever. You will never know how much I weigh. I will never know how much I weigh. I don't care, because I think that is, if you are somebody who's struggling with your weight, and you know your weight, and you get on the scale, and the scale is like your Bible of that is so detrimental to to your thinking process, it's so detrimental because your body weight fluctuates so much that, and muscle weighs more than fat does. So if you're somebody who's working out at the gym and you don't understand that you're building muscle, which means you're gaining weight, and you've worked out all week and you've gained weight and you ate well and then you gained 5 pounds, it's gonna mess with your mind, and it's just detrimental to a good healthy program. And I wish people would quit focusing on that because it really is just so detrimental. And I can say that with confidence because I've done it all. And number 2, you can talk to anybody that's lost weight on GoLo, on Weight Watchers, on Nutrisystem, on anything, and it all works. You want to know why? Because they're committed. That's why it works. Everything works because the person themselves is committed to whatever it is they chose to help them lose weight. So everything works. So there's no this is, I will share what I'm doing, and if I'm successful, fabulous. I hope that I am. I hope that I pray that I can continue to, have this mindset and want to do better for myself. But I just feel like we need to stop. Now, there's something super important that I learned a long time ago. We tend to down talk ourselves. I do it all the time. It's just a natural thing that we do as human beings. And one of the worst things we can say to ourselves or to others is, I'm fat. And that is so not true. You are not fat. You have fat. So that is something that I had to really, say to myself was, I have fat, but I'm not fat. Because, and I know that seems, it's just that little switch of a word can just really, it can really change how you feel about getting healthier. So anyways, I went on a rampage there, but the whole beginning of this process for me, it just kind of happened to fall around New Year's. I did not make no New Year's resolution at all. I do not do that. I told you guys I don't, because for me, New Year's resolutions are a setup for failure for me. So I refuse to do them. I feel like I'm 59 in April. I'm gonna be 60, and I haven't really liked the way I've looked for. Sorry, let me look. You always thank God for the appendix. Well, of course. Thank you guys. Thank you. If you guys are going fast and then it's pausing and then it's, so if I'm missing anything, I apologize. So I just personally, for me, I have not liked the way I've looked for a long time. It's not me. I know that I'm hiding in here somewhere, and I feel like you have to be okay with you, and you have to be happy with that. That's number 1. Number 2, it's not healthy to carry all the extra weight, especially around your middle when you're older. And being sedentary is so bad for your muscles and your joints and all of that stuff. And so, nobody's saying get up and go run a marathon or walk 4 miles or anything, but just getting up and walking around the block or, just anything is better than doing nothing. And so that is kind of the commitment. And so I talked to Ernie, and he's always such a support system for me. He always has been. I have always had poor body image of myself. It's funny because when I'm going back and looking at older photos of myself, usually when the kids come over or whatever, I always pull out that thing and everybody just starts going through the photos. Remember this, remember that, And I'll look at the photos, and I remember exactly what I was thinking in some of those photos. I remember seeing that picture because back then we actually had photos developed, and most of us have photo albums and tons of photos, which are more fun to look at in my opinion than looking at them on a phone. But I can remember when I saw those photos for the first time to this day, and I said to myself, oh my God, I'm so fat. I remember that. And now I look back at those photos, I was like, I'm 5'10". I was 5'10 and a half. I don't know what happened, but I'm 5'10", and 185 pounds is I remember, because back then I weighed myself, was my skinny. That was my skinny. To the point of people were like, are you okay? That was the kind of skinny 185 is for me and my bone structure. And this is why I say don't put a number on looking good. And also a size 12. But I got down to a size 10, like 8'10" at one point, which was so thin for me that it was scary thin. And I was doing fen-phen. That's what I was doing. I mean, I was doing fen-phen, but I was also eating really well, and I was also walking 4 miles a day, and most of that was uphill. And I was working out at the Y, at the gym, lifting weights and all that kind of stuff too. So I did that all in one day, because I remember my boys were all in school, and yeah, it was crazy. So hormones have a lot to do with it. We shrink as we get older. I love it. Well, if we could stop shrinking this way and just shrink this way a little bit, that'd be great. I do remember my mom my mom was a small little cute little French woman, tiny little French woman. And I do remember her at one point. She was very overweight. I see the picture. She had the double chin like me, very much like the way I look right now. And I look back and I'm like, wow, she must have been going through hormonal changes in her body or what have you. So, because thank you, you're so sweet. But anyways, she lost the weight and she was tiny again. It didn't last her it didn't last her many years in that state. But anyways, I was talking to Ernie and I was telling him, I need your help. I need your help to just get me going. You know what I mean? Like every day we have to walk, every day. And he's been doing it with me, except for this week. I started doing it on my own because I don't like working out at night or walking at night. It's not my favorite. I like to get here I don't mind it because usually I'm ready to get out of the apartment in the evenings, but we've been going in the afternoons. But I'm somebody who likes to get that taken care of in the morning, and it just kind of sets me up for my day. So one of the things that I learned a long time ago, and I've been doing this, is if you do one thing, and I can't tell you what that is, but if you're somebody who's struggling and you want to lose weight and you're maybe suffering with pain or lack of motivation, or you've hit that peak, right? Because it takes a while to get to that peak, right? You get to that peak where you get to this certain size, or you've had it with yourself and then you turn around and you go back down again, right? We do that in our younger years. It's really easy to make that U-turn and go, oop, nope, I need to lose weight. Nope, I need to lose weight. But you get to a certain point in life where you kind of make that turn and you kind of go, it's okay now, it's okay. Well, I've done that, but now I'm like, struggling to get back up to the top because I'm like, and I'm not ready. I thought I was ready to go gray. I thought I was ready to just let myself go and just settle in with, I'm a grandma, almost to 8 grandchildren, and it's okay, but it is, it totally is. But am I okay with it? and I'm not. So I have decided to make that change. So I'm not doing like this whole thing. So if you guys see me make cinnamon rolls and I take a bite of a cinnamon roll, you know, don't be like, what about your diet? I don't diet. I do not diet. First of all, the word diet has been turned into a horrific bad word. All that means is what you consume in a day. And 90% of losing weight is what you consume. 10% is actual exercise. So keep that in mind too. 90% of what you consume. So I knew this girl that used to eat chocolate, nothing but chocolate. That girl lived on chocolate. Her whole diet was chocolate. And she lost weight doing it. I'm not advocating that, and I'm not saying to do that. I'm just saying people are weird and they'll do anything. And I guess she was not willing to give up her chocolate. And she said, well, I'm going to lose weight just eating chocolate. And that's what she did. And she did. So, yeah. Yeah, when you stop walking, yes. So if you stop walking, that means okay, I've got squirrel brain right now. Let me get back to what I was saying. If you're struggling with your weight, lack of motivation, pain, if you do one thing a day, just one thing, okay? That one little thing will help keep you on track for the remainder of the day. So for instance, let me give you an example because I know that makes no sense. If you are somebody who suffers from pain, there's a lot of, all you got to do is search it on YouTube, chronic pain exercises or something, and see if there's something easy that you could do, because it's really about getting those muscles going. And so if you were to do, let's say, I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm just using you as an example because I think this is perfect. Because that's how I was with, I'm telling you, my hips, you guys, oh my gosh. I would get half a block, maybe 6 houses from my house in Tennessee. And I would be like, I'm in pain. I don't want to do this anymore. My hips were burning. I was in so much pain. And it stopped me. It would stop me. But I worked through that here, and yes, I was in pain the first couple of days, but once I got those oils going and I got those joints, oiled up, everything has been good. I mean, I still have pain, don't get me wrong, but it's manageable. It's not, I know that it's because I'm overweight. It has nothing else to do with the fact that I'm overweight. And I accept that, and that's who I am, and I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. That's who I am. I'm gonna fix it for me, but I don't want anybody to hold me accountable. So that's what I'm saying is, I don't diet. I don't put myself on a diet. So I'm just trying to make healthier choices. So we eat clean. So that's why I was trying to remember what I had at Cheesecake. I had the turkey burger, and I had a side salad. So I used to be able to go to any restaurant, and I would be able to order off of the menu, and I could do that today too, very easily. And I can eat I could eat healthy off of any menu that I choose at restaurants that we go to. So it's really just about making better choices, but I don't want to undo what I did. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about is if you do one thing for yourself, it helps your mental state, because if I go on my, walk in the morning, and I've done that for myself, and I've, got my intake of water for the morning and what have you, and I'm not going to go eat a piece of chocolate cake because it's going to undo what I've done. But like Ernie and I will do things like the Cheesecake Factory, if you have one near you, has a sugar-free option of cheesecake. So him and I, every once in a while, back in the day, we would buy one slice of that and we would share it, especially like on, sorry guys, I'm reading. Getting into a routine, it's habit, it's habitual, right? So you get yourself into habitual. Now, I'm OCD, ADHD, whatever you want to call it. I don't talk about that a lot on my channel. because I don't feel like I'm educated enough. I'm not educated in it. I only know what I suffer with. And the paralysis that comes with being ADD or ADHD is a real thing. The paralysis is a real thing. I don't think Ernie fully comprehends it to this day, the paralysis. He thinks I go into depressions when it happens, but it's not. I'm paralyzed with overthinking everything. It's a real thing. And I could tell, I'll tailspin myself into those paralyzing moments where I've said it a couple times on the channel on videos where I said I've had a couple days where I just sat on the sofa in the same spot, and it's paralyzing and it's awful because you wake up in the morning and you go to bed at night thinking tomorrow's going to be a better day, but it's not, and you wake up and you do the same thing all over again, and you don't eat healthy. When you do eat, you eat whatever is fast and easy and whatever. And then you have these moments of self-gratification where it's like, well, I just need to feel good, so I'm going to order a pizza. So I have like my Uber Eats. I have like places on my Uber Eats. So they're different in Tennessee. So who do I have? I have there's a pizza place. I can't remember it right now. I love it. But they sell like, you guys, I'm paying $22 for like a little pizza for myself. I'll do stuff like that, as opposed to when I'm you have your really highs where you're super energetic and it's a wild ride. And so that plays a big, huge role into how you, your mental state as far as getting into a routine. And I need Ernie's help with routines because he's so supportive, like I was saying, in everything that I do. He's 100% my backbone, the yin to my yang. He's the ham to my burger. He's everything. He's my everything when it comes to that. And having that support system is so imperative and so important to me because he's never been judgmental. He loves me how I am, however I am. You know what I mean? And I would hate to hear that anybody is in a relationship where they're being judged by their spouse or feels judged by their spouse, because that's got to be an awful thing. But he is so supportive, that I'm able to go to him and I'm able to say, listen, I don't really like the way I look and I really need to get in a routine. I'd really like your help, and he's like, yeah, that's it. Okay. Every night we're going on a walk, and that's what he does. And he's just such a great support system. So that's super important too. And if you need a support system and you don't have somebody, I'm here for you. Just let you know, I'm here for you because I know how hard it is. But forming that habit, it takes a while to do that. And it also takes a while. Like, for instance, let me tell you what I ate today. I had my chia pudding and the fruit compote and then bananas and granola. And then with that, I had 2 pieces of Dave's killer bread. I'm looking at it right now. It's far away. It's the good seed one. And I think it's 70 calories per slice. And they're much smaller than a regular loaf of bread. They're about that big. I had that with peanut butter and sliced banana and honey. I had 2 slices of that. That was my breakfast. So I'm tending to eat more in the morning just because I feel like I need, well, that's what my body's telling me I need. So that was my choice for breakfast. And then for lunch today, did I eat lunch? I did not eat lunch today. I did not. I had a handful of peanuts, but I ate dinner early. I made those sloppy joes and I had one of those, and then I took that head of cauliflower and I had cauliflower, so the cauliflower on the side of my sloppy joe, and that's what I've eaten today. So the first few days I was super cranky. Ernie calls me a binga because I get super cranky when I'm tired or hungry. So I was really hungry and I went to bed hungry actually. But that's because I was overeating or eating all the wrong foods that weren't, filling me up, and they weren't, my body wasn't satisfied with what I was eating. And so I went to bed hungry. And so that took a couple days to get over, but I stuck to it. I was like, you're fine, Anna. It's okay. You're gonna survive. And so I've just stuck with it. So I'm on the end of week two, and oh, Marie, I'm so sorry. Oh. Medical marijuana to sleep at night. Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that, hon. Yeah, that's terrible. I couldn't imagine. I'm so sorry. But so I went through that. Oh, I think it's time to unplug my phone. Please hold. I don't want to ruin this battery. Wait. There we go. Sorry. I had to unplug you. I keep doing weird things. I'm so sorry. But anyway, so, oh my gosh. You guys are so sweet. Yeah, peanut butter is great. Any kind of nut butter, actually. I like almond butter with honey and bananas. Aww. Oh, Marie. Well, I'm so happy you found me. Poor thing. Well, I shouldn't say poor thing. You're managing, so that's good. So anyways, that's what I've been doing. I've just been just trying to do better, and I feel, so I use my clothes as a guide to looking better, that I feel like I've lost weight. I do not get on the scale. The scale is so detrimental. I used to. I was a slave to the scale, you guys. A slave to it. Especially in my 20s. I stepped on that scale maybe 5-6 times a day. But that's a total San Diego life because image is everything. And and so I was a slave to that thing. Even, I would probably say, before we left California, I would say probably all the way up until 2018. 2018 was when I decided to get rid of the scale out of my life. And then 2020 hit. And that's really, 2020 hit. That's really when my, weight and everything just took a total dive. Just because we couldn't do anything. So, well, we could. But we couldn't, if you know what I mean. So there was a little depression that came along with that. And there was a whole lot of things. I could go on and on as what caused but ultimately it's this right here is what caused it. So really 90% of losing weight is what you put in your mouth. The other 10% is exercise. So I wish more people would talk about that, because it's a big deal. And the funny thing is the less food, we're trained to think the less food we eat is the better, when it's actually the more protein you eat is better for losing weight, because it keeps you fuller longer, so it's funny how what really works is taught it's so opposite on what's taught or what's given to us, right? Yeah, so anyways, that's what I've been doing. So I'm not on this, health kick, or I'm not on this diet, or I'm not anything like that. I'm just trying to live a better lifestyle, I guess, in the kitchen. And health disease, exactly. Of course, exercise is essential. I mean, I'm not saying it's not. It's absolutely is. It's 10% though, because you can't. I see a lot of young girls do what I used to do. I see them on YouTube do what I used to do. I told you what I used to do. I walked 4.5 miles. I think it was 4.5 miles a day. And then I went and did like a 2-hour workout at the Y. and I was a slave to my scale, and I was starving myself. So what happens when you can't live that life anymore? What happens when you can't keep that up? Nobody can keep that up, especially when you have a family. And you miss out on things, like I remember Ernie and I took a trip. We drove to Northern California when I was on one of my health kicks or diet kicks, and it was before we lived there. We went to Napa, and we had all these opportunities to eat at all these. Well, we did actually. We ate at several really great restaurants, and what did Anna do? She ate salads and starved herself at those restaurants, and I regretted that. I regretted that I was at a beautiful restaurant, and I should have, we should have shared a bottle of wine. We were in Napa, for heaven's sakes, and ate that steak and whatever else the chefs, because some of the best chefs are there in Napa. Ernie has been ruined for chicken and waffles, by the way. He had chicken and waffles for the first time in Napa by a world-renowned chef. He can never eat chicken and waffles again because he was ruined. But anyway, some of the best chefs are there, and I had opportunities to eat at those restaurants, and I chose not to. And that's what I'm saying is, like, of course, exercise is super imperative to good health, but as far as weight loss goes, most people think they can eat whatever they want and they just work it off. No, you cannot. You definitely have to ease up on the hand-to-mouth situation. I do. And it's not that I ate a lot, it's just that I ate all the wrong foods. And like I said, I would choose to order a pizza from, the restaurant. And when you guys would see me cook, that's when I would be like, no, Anna, you need to stop. You need to start cooking for yourself, and I know how to cook. And my problem is leftovers. I'm not a huge leftover fan either. I will not, I did have a leftover turkey burger yesterday, and I wasn't super excited about that, but I made 4 or 5. Ernie had 2 the night of dinner. He took 1 for leftover. I had 1 for leftover, and I had 1 for dinner. And I was not super excited about that. So I'm not a big, huge leftover fan. So it is really hard for me to cook for myself and put the food in the refrigerator and think, am I going to be able to eat that? You know what I mean? But I like turkey chili. I like turkey burger. It was okay the second day. I don't know, I like those fresh. So, I'm not a big, huge food prep girl either. Like, I can't do the people who do the food prep, which makes life easy because you can just go in and pull it out of your fridge. You have no excuse to make poor choices because of my leftover phobia, I guess. I don't know what it is that I have, but there's just some foods I will not touch second day. I just won't. They taste weird, or I don't know, they lose their texture. I don't know what it is, but there's only certain foods that I will eat that on a second day. But yeah, so definitely exercise is imperative. I am not saying do not exercise. You absolutely have to exercise. And it's good for your bones too, and your heart and your lungs. It's good to just get out, and especially if you're somebody like I have to walk that parking lot a few times a day. I have to. And this is aside from my walk because I got to get out of here. You got to get out. You got to smell the fresh air. You've got to, feel the sun on your face. You have to get outside. And so that's why this morning it was free. Like, we've had ice on the cars the last couple days here in Gainesville. It's crazy. And so I put my coat and my Uggs, and I wish it was cold. My lips were numb when I was walking. My hands were freezing. I had them in my pockets. I had my hood of my jacket on. I could have really used a beanie and gloves and everything because it's the wind too, but I really wanted to test myself. I don't want to go back to Tennessee and have any excuses for not getting outside. So I was able to do it. So I'm happy. Hey, Sally, it's cool. I didn't let anybody know that I was jumping on because I didn't have a phone. My phone was dead. It was bye-bye. I had to get a new battery. It was crazy. Uh, yeah, of course I'm able to do that. Yep, Sandra. Yep, it's a good idea. Perfect. And even just making, remember how I said just have them in that one state where I could scoop them out and fry them up? Like that's perfect for me. But yeah, just doing that, you know. This, what did I use? If I buy the 2-pound packages of turkey, it's easy to like, you know, get 2 burgers out of that. And just have them in the fridge and ready to go. Perfect, of course. Yes, it's great. Bye, Lisa. Yeah, gonna totally do that. But there's, you know, some, but you know, I'm not limiting myself to what I want to eat. I'm gonna eat what I want to eat. I'm just not limiting myself. Ernie and I went and had carne asada tacos the other night, which aren't horrible for you. The chips not so great, but I wanted chips and beans, and so I had that. And I think that's super key too. Is if you deprive yourself from things that you want, you know, it's all in moderation and amounts. And so if you deprive yourself and say, I can't have that, you know, I can't have that. If you tell yourself, I can't, eventually you're going to talk yourself into eating more than you should. So for me, that's just what I just allow myself to eat what I want to eat. And I just limit the amount, and it's all portion control, really, I think, you know. But then your stomach adjust, you know, like your cravings adjust, and how much you can eat really start to adjust after you start to do that. And so it just all comes together perfectly. So that's where I'm at with my health journey, I guess you call it, I guess. But I think I'm gonna start posting all my videos on that channel when I get home. I don't have access to any of that here, but I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just upload them all there and just refer you guys to that channel for recipes, because those videos just do not do good on my channel. And they do good eventually. It just takes a while for them to do well. And you know, I love doing the videos, but I want them to do well as well, you know, because it's a lot of work that goes into it, and I consider this my job at this point. So I feel like if I'm going to put that much effort into my job, I want my I want it to do good. You know what I mean? So no, you shouldn't say no to good food, Mary. You should never say no to good food. Food's a part of life, you know, and it's a part of just living, enjoying life, you know, and you only have the one. Just if you're overweight like me, it's a lack of portion control or what you're choosing to eat. And for me, that's what it is. And hormones play a big part in it as far as age goes, and lack of mobility plays a big part for some people. You know, but, and there's not, you do you, you know, I'm just saying this is what I'm doing. This is what Anna feels like Anna needs to do for Anna this year. This is my year, and I'm praying that I can stick with it. Every day, I'm just taking every day. I got through today so far at 7 o'clock. So far, so good. I worked out or did my walk, and I ate well today, and I'm happy with my goal, my achievement for the day. And that's all I'm doing, is just taking it day by day. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on myself for it. And it can be hard to share this kind of stuff, especially with you guys, because you know, most of you guys, 98% of you guys are fabulous, and then there's 2% that are just not fabulous. And so you'll get people that will say stuff to you. You know, and Ernie, sometimes I'll read a comment and I'll tell Ernie, and he'll say, don't say that back to them. Just don't respond. And he goes, just delete it, you know, or whatever, because it makes me mad. You know, like before I started a channel, I would watch other channels and I would read some of the comments some people would say to the person who made the video. And I'd be like, oh, I can't believe she hasn't said anything back to that person, you know? And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they're afraid they're going to lose subscribers, or subscribers has nothing to do with getting paid on YouTube, by the way. And I know that a lot of people think that it does, but it has nothing to do with it. Matter of fact, if you go to some of the really large channels and look at how many subscribers they have versus how many views they have on their channel, it doesn't add up. It's watch time hours is what you get paid on, you know, on viewership. So I think a lot of people want, you know, it helps with watch time hours to have more subscribers, obviously, but most people that have a ton of subscribers don't even have their bells turned on, so they're not going to watch your video every single time it comes out, you know. And I think they're just afraid they're going to lose those people, so they don't want to say anything to him. But I told Ernie from the beginning, I said, I'll never depend on the income from this channel, ever. And because I will not allow anybody to come into my space and tell me how to talk, how to act, how to run my channel, or anything. I will never allow that. Another human being is not going to come here and pretend like they can tell me how to be, or how to act, or question what I do. And if you clap at me, I'm going to clap back. And that's just how I am. I'm like that in real life. If you met me in real life, I would talk to you the same exact way. You can ask anybody that knows me. This is how I am. And but I'm the sweetest person too. But I would never allow people to talk to me like that. And I feel bad for some of these girls, you know, that it's like they feel like it's, you know, that they have to put up with it, and they absolutely do not have to put up with it, you know. And you know, what's really sad too is, I'm not going to say the name of the channel. She's hasn't posted in months, almost a year actually. I think she got so discouraged from the ugly, mean people on her channel that she just gave up on YouTube. And based on what she was making a decent income from YouTube, and she was a young mom with a beautiful life, and she was a beautiful girl. She is a beautiful girl, and she had a mommy makeover. And when she did that mommy makeover, it was shortly thereafter, she just quit posting. I haven't went to her Instagram. I don't follow a lot of people on Instagram, but I haven't seen if she keeps that up to date or not, but she hasn't posted a video, and I'm guessing it's due to the ugly comments. And most of the ugly comments are mostly jealousy. Like, what do you care if she decided to go out and have a mommy makeover? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? If that's what she wanted to do, let her do it, you know? And she shared it, because guess what? There's an audience for everything. I tell people that all the time. I get a lot of people that come to me and say, I want to start a channel, but I'm afraid. I do this, I do that. And I'm like, why? There's a channel, there's an audience for everything. If you're somebody who knits and you're good at it, start a channel if you want to. There's an audience for you. If you're somebody who bakes and you're good at it and you can teach somebody something, start a channel. There's an audience for it. If you're somebody who's good at putting makeup on and you're like 50 or 60 and you know how to put makeup on, there's an audience for you. Like, there's an audience for everybody out there. And I try and encourage as many people as possible. I've talked to so many people in person. You know, like, usually when I'm out with my phone and I'm filming, when I go into stores, I say, I'm not Home Goods, because I try and keep people's faces out of that. But if I go into like a little shop or something, I always say, I'm vlogging, is that okay? And they say, sure. I've only been approached one time, which pissed me off, so I haven't been back. Because the guy was a jerk about it, and I wanted to punch him in the nose. And I haven't been back, and it makes me mad because it was a thrift store and it was my favorite, and he was stupid about it. But anyways, had he approached me differently, it would have been okay. But I do not like when people approach me in an ugly way. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So I I don't even remember what I was saying because now I'm mad at that guy again. Oh, darn it. Yes. Anyway, so, I don't remember where I was, but anyways, I wanted to jump on here really quick because I wanted to apologize for not having a video, and I can't promise I'm going to have one tomorrow either. Although I do have some stuff to do around here. But we shall see. We shall see. I'm not sure what I'm doing, actually. I'm kind of at a standstill because I feel like I'm boring you guys. I feel like if I film anything more here, I'm just going to be boring you. So I don't know what I'm going to do, and we'll just have to see how I wake up tomorrow and feel. Anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to let you guys go so I can go hang out with Ernie. And just be on the lookout for another video. I'm not sure when that is, but hopefully tomorrow. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.